you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Getting hooked up here. I am live streaming from two places. I'm live streaming from my TikTok account and also on my YouTube channel. So if you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media, which seems to be a question that nobody wants to answer. I'm here and I live outside the city of Philadelphia, about 40 minutes outside the city. I'm close enough. You could drive to New York City in 2 hours. And I'm here. Good morning, baby cakes. What do people call you? Good morning, user 802. What do people call you? Good morning, Pep Villa. What do people call you? I know those are your handle names, but what do people call you? If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'm here and I'm asked every day. I've been doing these for like it's going on 2 months now. I'm here every day at 10 a.m. Eastern. And when I ask people, if you're jumping on, where are you coming in from? And then I'll say, well, why are you on social media? And nobody wants to answer. And I think there's a few people that drop a comment. They say where they're coming in from. And one woman who was on the other day, she was truthful. Because I believe that most of you know, I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. This month is my 14-year anniversary in this industry. I haven't worked a job in 14 years. Please don't request to come on, because what that does is it interrupts me, and then TikTok sends me something, and then I have to stop. So if I please stop doing that, Roland. I'm not going to bring you on. If I bring on somebody, it's because I invite them. So every time you do that, it interrupts me. And then TikTok is sending me something and I got to take care of it. So please don't do that. If I want to bring a guest on one of these, it's somebody that I'll pick because either I know them or something that I think they can bring value. So please don't do that. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I love to know why you're on social media. Good morning, Sandra. Good morning, Edgar. Good morning, Mark. If you're jumping on, love to know why you're on social media. Where are you coming in from? I live in the Northeast. I'm near Philadelphia. I'm about 2 hours from New York City. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I've been doing these every day now for it's almost going on 2 months. I'm here every day at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Happy Saturday. I do online marketing and making money from home, and I show other people how to do the same thing. I haven't worked a job in 14 years, 9 years actually. I've been doing this 14 this month. I found this industry after I lost my job. I couldn't find another one. I was broke, unemployed, and in foreclosure. I was drowning in $250,000 of debt, and I had no idea how I was going to get myself out of this mess. And I found this industry in digital marketing. And I don't know that I'd still have my house if it wasn't for that. Good morning, Francis. Good morning. Oh, people have different, you're not using your names on your accounts. You're using something else. Good morning, Bernie. Good morning, user 7207. For the people that have a user like that, that's because you've never put your name or any kind of name in your handle, and that's on TikTok, and TikTok just assigns you, just says user number. If you're doing this, good morning, Shirley. Good morning, Dawn. Good morning, Bernie. If you're using social media for anything, and it doesn't matter if you've got a message you're trying to get out, you've got a cause you're supporting, you got an online or offline business, you want to put a name on your profile, because there's a way to optimize your profile, your social media profile, and use attraction marketing. So that somebody came on here the other day. She has an organization that helps women who've been involved in domestic violence, and she's using social media to get the word out, because there's over 5 billion people on social media. You can use it for free and get in front of people about whatever it is that you're using, because all of you are on here. I mean, nobody, when I say, why are you on social media? Nobody wants to say it. And I believe many of you are on here because you're looking for a way to make money from home, or you've been trying and you're not getting the results that you want. So you're just not jumping on my live, you're jumping on other people's lives. Because good morning, Randy. Good morning, Nicole. For all those of us that have been doing this, I've been making a full-time income from home now. This month it's 14 years. We're doing live streams because and you want to be doing videos too, because live streams are a really good way to get out in front of more people. And a lot of people, good morning, Joe. Good morning, Frederick. Good morning, Deb. Good morning, Rose. A lot of people that I talk to, you don't want to put your face on camera, so you're not doing videos. And if anybody could like my live, I'd really appreciate it. Whether you're on my TikTok account or you're on my YouTube channel, um, you don't want to put your face on video, so you're doing other things with your videos and you're not really growing your social media accounts. There is faceless marketing that works, but you need. Thank you, Rose, for the rose. You want to learn the correct way to do it. And I got an AI course in June, and the last few months, all the content I've been posting, I'm using AI. You learn how to make an AI twin. It's like an avatar, but the course I took, it calls it a Lora, Lora. And you don't want to, so you're doing things that don't work, or you're just not doing anything because you don't want to show your face. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Junior Catagric. What do people call you? Because you don't want to go show your face. And I get it, because when I first started this, I swore I did not want to get on camera. And that was in 2013. And my mentor was saying to me, if you start using video, it really, it'll help you a great deal and all that. And she said you should start doing video. Video marketing is really powerful. And I was in foreclosure at that time, so I had to get past that. And today, actually, I've cut over 5,000 videos. So don't be afraid of it. And your first videos will suck. It's just the way that it goes when you start something and you've never done it before. Good morning, Roxy. Good morning, Wall Street Astrology. If you could like my videos, this live, I'd really appreciate it. Whether you're on my TikTok account, I'm live streaming on TikTok and YouTube. I've got YouTube up on my MacBook Pro, and I've got TikTok up on my phone. So yeah, you can do faceless marketing that works. That's going to take you longer. And with all the fake accounts and the fraud and all that, people want to know you're real. I had a guy message me the other week. He didn't have his name on his TikTok account. He didn't have a picture. And he wanted me to give him a personalized video about myself and the business and do with that for him so he could feel more comfortable moving forward, that kind of message I'm not even going to respond to, because the people you see that are successful, that are making money, and I know for myself how many times you have to get out of your comfort zone because there's no growth in your comfort zone. So, if he needs that, good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Ron. If he needs that, this probably isn't for him. And I'm not going to do a personal video because he needs that. That is a big piece of this. And if I think about how many times I did something that I got out of my comfort zone. Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning, Gregory. Good morning, Robert. Good morning, Evelyn. Where are you coming in from? Good morning, DMC. I'm assuming that's your initials. DG. Good morning, Dean. Good morning, Gina. So if you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. I live outside the city of Philadelphia. I'm about 2 hours. You could actually drive from where I live to New York City in about 2 hours. Good morning, Bot Start. What do people call you? And I think there's a lot of people on here. Good morning, Wendy. They don't want to put their name on their TikTok account, so they're using something else. Or if you've got an organization that you're supporting, or you got a message you're trying to get out, and you're calling yourself something else. So where are you jumping in from? What part of the world are you in? It's a little after 10 a.m. Eastern. I'm in Eastern Standard Time. Good morning, Diane. Good morning, Joyce. Good morning, Ricky. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, because what I'm doing, it's global. So there are things out there. Good morning, Digital Diva. Good morning, Ruth. It's global, so it doesn't matter where you live in the world, and there are things out there. Good morning, REI. Good morning, Sungord. If you're jumping on, where you're coming in from, I'd love to know why you're on social media. If there's something, you have a question, or there's something you're trying to figure out, you need help, drop in the comments. I'd be glad to do a training on one of these if it's something I've done. I don't think you can do something. I don't think you can train or teach on something you haven't done. But the reality is, if it isn't something I've done, I can probably give you a resource. I've been doing this for a long time. I know a lot of things. I don't know everything, but I probably could give you a resource. Good morning, user 7497. Good morning, Peter. Um, Good morning, Breakthrough. What do people call you? Good morning, Teresa. Good morning, user 81738. Where are you coming in from? If anybody, if you could like my video, I'd really appreciate it. Good morning, Kit Kat. Good morning, D Centura. Good morning, Tita Lodies. Good morning, Ash816. Some of these usernames people are using now. I am live streaming in two places at the moment. I'm on my TikTok account. I'm also on my YouTube channel. Good morning, John. Good morning, Maria. Where are you coming in from? And it's so funny on these lives. Nobody wants to, there's very few people that will even say where they're coming in from, let alone why you're on social media. Good morning, Donna. Um, I think these lives, there's no accountability and it's very easy. Good morning, Teddy, to jump on. And TikTok does show me people jumping on. And when someone's jumped off, then they jump back on. I can see that. YouTube does not show me that. They only show me the number of people on. So if you don't comment, I won't know who's there. Um, but TikTok does show me, so I can see people coming on. And if somebody jumps off and then they come back on, I know that. Good morning, Zeke. Good morning, Ricardo. And people just on these lives, I mean, really, you could be laying on your couch with your phone and jump on someone's live. I mean, just not money. You could even be sitting on the toilet for all any of us know. Good morning, Ricardo. Good morning, Zeke. Good morning, um, Auntie Adole. I'm not sure if that's just your name or what do people call you. Thank you, Ricardo, for liking the live. I really appreciate that. I've been doing these. I'm here every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. If anybody has a question, I do online marketing, making money from home. I'm using social media. I've learned how the correct way to use it and how to use it for free because there's over 5 billion people on social media. If you got a message, a cause you're supporting, an offline or online business, you can use social media to get in front of people um, and use it for free. I mean, you can do paid advertising if you want, but that can get really expensive. And then you might end up spending a lot of money and not get a return on what you spent. So good morning, Ernie. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. So funny. Nobody wants to say, there's very few people that say anything on these, but I've got all these people jumping on and off. I can see that on TikTok because good morning, Nina, if somebody jumps on and then they jump off and then they come back, TikTok does show me who's jumping on. YouTube does not. On YouTube, I can only see the time that I've been live streaming and how many people are on. And I can't see if you're on my YouTube channel, unless you comment, I don't know who's on. So anybody have any questions? Anybody doing anything fun this weekend? I'm a football fan and a baseball fan. So right now, I mean, my Philadelphia Eagles played Thursday night. We won. We beat the Dallas Cowboys. My Philadelphia Phillies are in a hunt that they can clinch the NL East in the next 18 games. So it's exciting. And the Eagles won the Super Bowl in February. It'd be so exciting if the Phillies won the World Series in October, or actually it's November. Anybody doing anything exciting this weekend? Good morning, Maya Lynn. Where are you coming in from? If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media, because I do believe a lot of you're on social media and you're just not jumping on my live. You're jumping on other people's lives because you're looking for a way to make money from home, or you've been trying and you're not getting the results that you want. TikTok does show me who's jumping on and off. Because if you jump on and then you jump off and then you come back, TikTok shows me that. YouTube, however, doesn't do that. So where's everybody coming in from? Good morning, Isman. Is that when I probably didn't pronounce that correctly? I apologize. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know where you're coming in from and why you're on social media. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I show other people how to do the same thing. I haven't worked a full-time job in 9 years, and I've been doing this month is my 14-year anniversary. I got into this because I lost my job. I couldn't find another one. And I was broke, unemployed, in foreclosure. I was drowning in $250,000 of debt. I had no idea how I was going to get myself out of this mess. Good morning, Rifa. Good morning, Jim. where you're coming in from. I had no idea how I was going to get myself out of this mess, and I found this industry in digital marketing. And I don't know that I'd still have my house if it wasn't for this. Good morning, Kathy. Where are you jumping in from? If you could like my live, I'd really appreciate it. Whether you're from Jamaica, okay. If you could like my live, whether you're on TikTok or my YouTube channel, I'd really appreciate it. It helps my accounts out. Good morning, Hannah. Good morning, Bob. Good morning, Delmar. Where are you coming in from? Love to know why you're on social media. And I do believe that many of you're on social media because you're looking for a way to make money from home, or you've been trying and you're not getting the results that you want, or you've tried it yourself. Good morning, Tammy. And I did that when I first started this and I was still looking for a job. I decided to go to Google one day and I searched make money online. I bought a website. They sent me a 3-page PDF how to set up pay-per-click ads, which I was setting those up. I was sending traffic to a replicated website, which you never want to do. I spent $3,000 on pay-per-click ads. Nothing converted because you never want to send traffic to a replicated website. I did that for a year, and then I realized I had to find somebody who did what I wanted to do. Rifa, you want to start making money from home. So what you want to do is you want to come up all the way here to the top of my profile. You're probably going to have to jump off this live. In my profile, there's my website. It's called payudaily.com. You want to click on that, go to my website, put your email address in. There's 2 videos you want to watch. You want to look at the page. You'll get an email from me. There's a link in there. There's also another video, a link from me with a free PDF of the 2-hour workday. It's a blueprint I'm following. You can download and save that. That's yours to keep. Go through the information, consume it. If you've got questions, just respond back to my email. I'd be glad to answer it. But I do digital marketing where you make 100%. There's different business models. There's network marketing. There's affiliate marketing. There's high ticket affiliate marketing. A lot of people have their own products or services. Some people have coaching. And we're all using social media to get exposure. And we teach you because you need to learn how to use social media correctly. And I know when I started, I had no idea what to do. And as a result, I did buy a website. There was no one to talk to. There was no one for me to ask. You can't do this by yourself. You need mentoring. And I did that for a year. I didn't make any money. And I realized I had to get around someone who had done what I wanted to do. And I ended up on Facebook one night and I saw an ad for 100% commissions. And that was the first company I joined online. That company's not around anymore. But you can't do this by yourself. And it's a high income skill. You can learn it in 2 weeks, but you learn and master and get better at it by doing it every day. And if you're coachable and you're consistent and you're willing to put some work in, and it is some work, but you can get this down to 2 hours a day. If you're new and you've never done it before, it might take you longer than 2 hours if you've never done. And I'm creating content. These live streams is another thing that I do that my mentor suggested to me that I do. But I post 3, if you follow me on TikTok or my Instagram account, I post 3 videos every single day. They're short videos. And I post them every day. And that's how you want to start generating leads. You can use social media for free. But you need a system because if you're using social media and you're sending people to like a replicated website, a sales page, or just a page with information, and you're not capturing that person's email address because you want to build your email list. None of us own our social media accounts. You can lose them at any time. I had 10 TikTok accounts I lost. I had over 200,000 followers. I had 3 Instagram accounts I lost. Somebody hacked my main one, went shopping, ran ads, and then deleted it. I had 2 other accounts that Instagram suspended, and then they did not rule in my favor. So last June, this TikTok account you're on and the Instagram, I started posting 3 videos a day. I just hit 100,000 followers on TikTok. I also got monetized on TikTok, so that's another stream of income. And I'm close to 100,000 followers on my Instagram account. And that's just me following, and I'm following a blueprint. Good morning, Joa. You're from Belgium. Thanks for jumping on. Good morning, Stephanie. If you can like my video, I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm getting this message, newly upgraded fan club. I don't know what that is. If that's something new TikTok's doing. But you want to learn the correct way to use social media and attraction marketing so you have people come to you so you don't have to be chasing, you don't have to bug family and friends. You don't have to be private messaging people on social media, asking them to take a look at something. And that's prospecting and it works, but there's no automation or leverage in with this. With what I'm doing, and I have a system, an automated system that's running for me 24/7. And my website has a bunch of emails attached to it that those emails go out for me automatically. It's running 24/7. So that's how I've been able to wake up to making money, been able to make money while I'm doing something else, because you can get it down to 2 hours a day. And if you're coachable and you're consistent, you can do it. And I haven't worked a full time job in over 9 years. Good morning, Ron. Good morning, Annette. Thanks for jumping on. Good morning, Glenn. Good morning, Sale. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media. I do these every day. Good morning, Paco. Good morning, Apex Solutions. I do these every day. I've been here every day, 10 a.m. Eastern. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. I got involved in this industry after I lost my job. Actually, this month is my 14-year anniversary. I've been doing this. I couldn't find another one. So I started looking for ways to make money from home. And I remember I decided I'll go search on Google. And I think it was God telling me that because I didn't know anyone. So that's exactly what I did. Good morning, Nell. Good morning, Rose. If you're jumping on, where are you coming in from? And I bought a website, and they sent me a 3-page PDF to set up pay-per-click ads. But I was sending traffic to a replicated website, which you never want to do. You never want to do that. You never want to send people just to a sales page or just a page with information, because the issue with that is you only have one chance to talk to them. And most people, and then they're off of it, and you can't talk to them. Okay, Dr. Relax, if you want to know more, if you want to come up all the way here to the top of my profile, click on my profile. There's a link there. It's my website, payudaily.com. You want to click that. You want to go over, you want to put your email address in. There's 2 videos. You want to watch them. You want to read the page to get information. You also get an email from me. In the email, there's a link for the Freedom Formula Blueprint. You can download that and keep it. It's yours to keep. That's a blueprint that we're all using. That's free. It's yours to keep. Go through all the information. If you have questions, respond to my email. I'd be glad to answer your question. Yeah, you can. I mean, anybody can do this. This is global, so it works no matter where you live in the world. There are some things out there that only work in certain areas. This works wherever you live in the world. It's global. It's digital marketing. It's a product that's in high demand. And when you think about it, companies like Verizon and AT&T, it's master resale rights. I just did a video about that I posted on my TikTok account yesterday. They do the same thing. Apple gives them, both Verizon and AT&T, the resale rights to sell their phones, and they sell them over and over again. And it's a business model that works. Smartphones are in high demand. So, and what I'm doing, digital marketing, Forbes has been talking about it for the last 3 years. It's in high demand, and especially with COVID, more and more people are looking, they want to work from home. A lot of people lost their jobs during COVID, and people decided they liked being home. And I know the fact now that I haven't worked a full-time job in over 9 years, I don't think I could go back to that. And the job I lost, I was spending 2 to 3 hours commuting every single day on top of working 40 hours a week. I don't miss that. And I know the longer I started doing that, when I was coming home and had to stop and get some coffee or Coke or Diet Coke or soda or something for some caffeine to keep myself awake. I don't miss that at all. And if you've got a job, you may have a long commute too. But I was spending 2 to 3 hours, and I remember a day I left at 4 o'clock. We were getting a little bit of snow here, and I didn't get home till after 7 o'clock. That was over 3 hours it took me to get home. So no, I don't miss that. Good morning, Bisetta. Good morning, Sue. If you're jumping on, where are you coming in from? I live outside the city of Philadelphia. Love to know where you're coming in from, why you're on social media. I do believe, and though so few people get on these, and now that I've been doing these, it's going on 2 months, People don't want to say, a lot of people don't even want to say where they're coming in from. You don't want to say why you're on social media. I mean, I get paid to use social media. And if you're scrolling, well, if you're scrolling on social media, that doesn't pay. But you're probably spending way more time doing that. Good morning, Billy. You may decide you're going to get on social media and you're only going to spend 10 minutes. And then an hour goes by and you're scrolling. 2 hours go by. Why not get paid for it? Good morning. Yeah, I've been doing this for 14 years. Tagzel, and I'm probably not saying that right. Yeah, I haven't worked a job in over 9. And my mentor, who's taught me this formula that I've been following, it's a 2-hour workday. In the last 3 years, she made $8 million doing this. So yeah, it's all real. And unfortunately, there are scams that exist in this industry. It gives the industry a bad rap. But this is not a scam. I wouldn't be. You're starting a digital marketing agency. Okay, well, great, Ron. That's great. There's people out there, other people doing the same thing. Good morning, Gator. Good morning, Classy One. Where are you coming in from? So it's very real. And I know when I first got started, I didn't know anybody. Part of this is you're building relationships with people, and some of them become customers of mine. Others become colleagues because we're doing the same thing. Thank you, Ron, for sharing the live. I really appreciate it. um, Become colleagues because we're doing the same thing. We're entrepreneurs. I had an entrepreneur in me since I was 8 years old. I had a car wash and a Kool-Aid stand. My dad was my only customer. But I was never encouraged to pursue that. And after I lost my job, I took a workshop. I was an advisor at a community college where I graduated. She did a workshop, navigating your career in challenging times, and I had a conversation with her about entrepreneurship. And she said to me, if you've had that in you since you were that young, it's much more, a lot more possibility that you're going to be successful at it. I didn't know that. Okay, tags, Zilla, I'm not pronouncing that correctly. This works in Nigeria. What you want to do is you want to come up to the top of my profile here where my name is. In my profile, there's some writing. There's a link. It's my website. It's payudaily.com. You want to go to that. You want to click on that. You want to put your email address in. You want to watch the 2 videos. You want to read the page. You'll get an email from me. You want to read that. There is a link in there with the PDF. The PDF is free. It's yours to keep. It's the 2-hour workday blueprint we're using. You can download and save that. If you've got any questions, you can respond to my email. But I spent a whole year when I first started doing this. I didn't know anybody. And they sent me, I bought a website, a replicated website, which you never want to send traffic to. They sent me a 3-page PDF about setting up pay-per-click ads. Good morning, Sandy. I did that. I spent $3,000 on pay-per-click ads, nothing converted. I did that for a year, and then I realized I had to get around somebody who did what I wanted to do, because you need a mentor, you need training, and you need a proven system. If you're using social media and you're just sending people to a page with information, a sales page, a replicated website, the issue with that is you only have one opportunity to talk to that person, and then they're gone. And the fact is that most people have to see something multiple times before they buy or they do anything. And I found that to be 100% true. And yeah, I do get some sales on first touch, but that's not typical. In fact, I had somebody who got on my email list last October 2024. And she just bought something from me in July. Now, I did talk to her a few times on TikTok, but people have to see something multiple times before they make a buying decision. And if you think about your own buying habits, it's the same thing. And depending on what you're looking at, I mean, you may have seen it in a store. I mean, it could be something as simple as a pair of shoes. You could have seen it in a store. You could have seen it online. And you keep thinking about it. Good morning, Frank. Good morning, Donald. Good morning, keeper of the book. You have to see it multiple times. And if you're just sending people to something that's just a page with information, a sales page, or replicated website, you're going to lose them after that. And there are people doing that. I've seen people doing paid ads, sending people to a sales page. And the guy I was talking to, he got a sale, and that does happen. But most people are not going to buy on first touch. And you don't own your social media accounts. You don't control them. You can lose them at any time. I lost 10 TikTok accounts. I lost 3 Instagram accounts. Your email list, It's an asset. You own it. You control it. And yeah, you do need a tool called an autoresponder. It's software that I'm able to attach my website to, and it automatically sending out emails for me. It's running 24/7. That's why we call this the freedom. I call it a freedom machine because it's running for me 24/7. Well, I just told you, Tag Zazil, and I'm probably not pronouncing your name correctly, what to do. So you need to, if you want to get more information, that's how you get a mentor, and you join the program, and there's cost involved. I will mentor you. You also get mentoring from my mentor. Thanks for liking the live. I appreciate it, but you can't do this by yourself. And I spent a year and $3,000 when I first got started with this, and I didn't make any money because I didn't have what you need in place: a mentor, training, and a proven system. Good morning, Joy. Good morning, Sydney. Good morning, Pam. So, I mean, they're the people that you see making money. They've gotten training, they've gotten mentor, they have a proven system, they're coachable and consistent, and they put the work in because there is work. You can get this down to 2 hours a day. There is work involved. Anybody you see doing this making money, and I'm no exception. It's because we were coachable, consistent. We've done the work. Um, and if you're brand new and you've never done this before, it may take you a while to get down to 2 hours a day because you'll be slower as you're learning. But the more you do, the better you get. And we are using videos. And if you've never done any videos, your first videos will suck. It's just the way it is. My first video sucked. It's part of the learning process. And it's like anything else. If you're learning something new, it's going to take you longer till you get more familiar with it. But this industry can change your life like it's changed mine and so many others. We have over 55,000 people in our community. So you're in business for yourself, but you're not working by yourself. I don't use WhatsApp, so I'm not going to send you my number. Good morning, Hilda. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media. So funny people come on these and they don't want to say anything. They don't want to say why they're on there. Good morning, Pearl. And I do believe a lot of you are on here and you're not just jumping on my lives, you're jumping on other people's lives. You're looking for a way to make money from home. I'm not going to send you my WhatsApp number. I don't use it. So stop asking. Good morning, Wayne. Looking for a way to make money from home, or you've been trying and you look, if you please stop posting that. I don't use WhatsApp, and I'm not going to send you my number. If you got a question, drop it here. Good morning, Hup. I mean, if you keep posting that, I'm going to block you because you're taking up the screen and I can't see other people that are coming on and talk to them. I don't use WhatsApp, so no, I'm not going to send you your number, and that's not how this works. Good morning, JC. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Good morning, Dear Training. Good morning, Funny Clips. What do people call you? I don't know. Maybe you do stand-up comedy. I don't know. Maybe do you do stand-up comedy, funny clips, or why you've put your TikTok account under that? Good morning. Is it She? Good morning. Well, some of you are just using initials. What do people call you? Good morning, Polar. And I don't know if that means polar bear. Good morning, MVC86. Good morning, Ruth. Good morning, Magic something. What do people call you? I'm here every day. Excuse me. I should probably get some water, but anyway. Good morning, Sunshine. What do people call you? Good morning, Gavin. Where are you coming in from? Love to know why you're on social media. Where you're coming in from. I'm here. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. I've been doing this for 14 years. I haven't worked a job in 9. This does work if you're coachable and you're consistent. You need a mentor, you need training, you need a proven system. And a lot of you're probably trying to use social media for something. Thank you, Laura. Thanks for jumping on. Thanks for following me. Good morning, Grip Tester. Good morning, Irma. If you could like my live, I'd really appreciate it. I am live streaming in 2 places. I'm on my phone on my TikTok account, and I'm on my MacBook Pro on my YouTube channel. I have software that lets me do that. And what's cool about YouTube is when I end the stream, they'll automatically upload it to my YouTube channel. It becomes a piece of content. and you can get monetized. I just got monetized on TikTok, and I'm working on YouTube. You can get monetized on social media platforms, and they'll pay you for using the platform. It's another stream of income. I mean, if you're using it, you might as well get paid for it. No, I don't use, and I just tell you, be careful, because there's a lot of people, and that guy that was on here, they'll tell you, they'll make a fake account of me, and they've done this with so many other people, and they'll message you and say they want to get you over to Telegram or WhatsApp. They're ripping people off. And I have a bunch of fake accounts of me on TikTok and Instagram. Well, on Instagram, I'm certified. It's much harder to get certified on TikTok, but the way you can tell if someone's account is fake, if you go up to their username. Now, all the platforms, like there's only one, like my name on TikTok is the real Linda Bomba. TikTok's only going to give one account out with that. If you look at mine, there's no extra numbers or symbols or anything else in my username. And what other people do is they put something in the username and make an account under my name. It could be a hyphen, an extra letter, a symbol, another letter that makes it slightly different. And then they take my picture, they take some of my videos and download them, and then they start messaging people. And that's just not on TikTok. That's like on all the platforms. And then there's people, they will do that to, they'll say, oh, come meet, talk to me on Telegram or WhatsApp. I don't message people. I don't use Telegram or WhatsApp. I'm never going to ask you for money. And if I am send you a message, it's because you asked me for I have a free PDF. Laura, I would like to know what you're talking. Laura, I do online marketing, making money from home. I'm an entrepreneur, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. I've been doing this month. It's 14 years. I haven't worked a full-time job in 9. And there's a guy on here, Noel, that he was saying there's a ton of fake accounts on social media. People are making fake. I just broke 100,000 followers. So what they do is they make fake accounts. They message people. They try to get people like on WhatsApp and Telegram, and they're basically stealing your money. And they'll say, I'm doing this. I don't do crypto or Forex. If you give me X amount, I'll invest it for you. You won't have to do anything. And they're ripping people off. And there's a way, and I was just explaining. I don't listen. The Adidas thing, if you want to do that video is all I have. I tell you in the video how to sign up for it. I don't do, and I just posted a video the other day why I don't do Adidas. 80% of companies, Adidas is one of them, they have affiliate programs. Target has one, Walmart, Amazon. They pay you on average 1% to 5%. And some of them, if you apply, they're not going to approve you. Not everybody gets approved for that. If they approve you, they'll send you a link. If somebody buys something through your link, you'd earn a commission. So if you want to make an extra $500 a month, they pay you so little. You're going to have to get hundreds of sales a month to make $500. That's not worth it to me. Plus, you're sending traffic to just the page, which that's a mistake, because you only have one chance to talk to the person. You want to get people to a system, which Adidas is not. None of them are going to give you that. They're not going to give you training. They're not going to give you mentorship. And they just want people to sell their products. And then they make more off the sale than you do because they're paying so low. It's like 1% to 5%. So that's not worth it to me. I average 900 a sale. So say in a month I get 12 sales, that's $10,800. That's worth it to me. But doing that, that's not worth it. So if you want to, I'm not helping people with that. I tell you in the video how to go sign up, where to go sign up, and they have to approve you. So, and you may not get approved because some people don't get approved. And if you don't know how to use social media, or you don't have an audience somewhere or an email list that you can send that link out, you're probably not going to make any money. So, and that's free. And I know, how many people on here are freebie seekers? Free is the most expensive choice of all. And most of you, a lot of you live in paycheck to paycheck. You don't have money to pay your bills. If you have, an emergency, your car breaks down or something, you don't have money in your bank account to pay for that. And it's your birthright to be wealthy. It's my birthright to be wealthy. God didn't mean for anybody, and he doesn't want anybody living in poverty and being broke. And most people are. And I think on average, there's not many Americans that even have $1,000 in their savings account for an emergency. And you can learn digital. It's a high income skill. You can learn it in 2 weeks. Yeah, you'll have to put some work in, and you need to be consistent and coachable. But there's people making life-changing income, and I've had days where I've made more money in a day doing this than I made in a whole month when I was working a job. And for me, that's been life-changing. And that this industry can do that. The people that you see that are making money, it's because the guy that wants to do the Adidas thing, there's no training or mentorship. And if you don't know how to use social media marketing, you don't know attraction marketing, you don't have a system, because I have a system that's running for me 24 and 7. And I only have to work. Now, I did some videos this morning before I got on this. I spend an hour a day live streaming like this. I'm just giving out free value. I've personally spent over $100,000 to get around different people and learn from them. Um, yeah, and you can break the cycle of being broke. Joy, if you want to know more, if you come up here to the top of my profile on TikTok, there's some writing and there's a link. There's my website. It's called, you have to click on that, payudaily.com. That's my website. You want to put your email address in. There's 2 videos. You want to watch those. You want to read the page. You also get an email from me. You should read that. There's a link in there with the free PDF with the Freedom Formula Blueprint that I'm talking about. You can download that, save it to your desktop. You can take a look at that. If you have questions, you can respond back to the email. But this is a high income skill. You can learn it in 2 weeks. That doesn't mean if you've never done anything, that doesn't mean you're going to make money in 2 weeks, because you have to be consistent. And when I say show up every day, it's 7 days a week. But I'll trade that for working like 2 hours a day, than going to a job. I mean, I started working full time when I was 17. I started doing this when I lost my job in 2011. I couldn't find another one. I was broke, unemployed, in foreclosure. I was drowning in $250,000 of debt. I had no idea how I was going to get myself out of this mess. I found this industry in digital marketing, and the rest is history. And I knew somehow people were making money online. I think it was God telling me that, because I didn't know anyone. So there was no one for me just to go to and ask, because that would have been better if I knew somebody. But I didn't know anybody. And I did the whole thing with the website I bought and the pay-per-click ads. I spent $3,000. I didn't make any money. And I did that for a year. And after a year, I knew I needed to get around somebody who has done what I wanted to do. Good morning, Bill. Good morning, user 0862. What do people call you? I knew I needed to get around somebody. Good morning, Manny. That did what I wanted to do so I could learn from them, because you can't do this by yourself. And a mentor doesn't. I mean, none of us have pixie dust. If I had pixie dust, I could just sprinkle on people and you'd be making all this money. It's not how it works. Anybody that you see doing it, it's because we plugged in, we were coachable, we were consistent. There is some work involved, but you can get it down to 2 hours a day. Good morning. I don't know. Add 8 MS007. Good morning, Sandra. A lot of you are setting up TikTok accounts. You're not putting a name. So it's giving you, what TikTok does is it gives you a user number. And if you're serious and you want to learn, you want to use social media, you want to put your name, because you want to brand yourself, and you want to put a good picture of yourself, because people want to know you're real. You're real. Good morning, Mel. Good morning, Ted. If you're jumping on, where are you coming in from? I'd love to know why you're on social media. I live outside the city of Philadelphia. I'm in the Northeast. I'm about 2 hours from. We could drive to New York City in 2 hours. I live on the Northeast corridor. Good morning. And there's people from all over the world doing this. What I'm doing, it's global, so it doesn't matter where you live. Good morning, Lisa. And this industry can change your life. I never knew there was any. And I do think it was God telling me, because I didn't know anybody that was making money from home. Good morning, Annie. Making money off the internet. But it's been life-changing for me. I've had days where I've made more money in a day than I made in a whole month when I was working a job. And for me, that's life-changing. And this industry can do that for you. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning. Ooh, another person with a user number. User 086, blah, blah, blah. Good morning, Sandy. TikTok gives those out when if you're setting up a profile on TikTok and you don't put a name. But good morning. Oh, sweet Maldes. Where are you coming in from? It's about going on 11 a.m. Eastern where I am. Good morning, Don, good morning. Ted, where are you coming in from? Good morning, Ron. Good morning. You're from the Philippines. Okay. So you're in a different, there's a company I do some stuff with, and they're in Singapore, and they're 12 hours ahead of us. So it's like 10:42 here. It's in the morning there in the Singapore. It's 10:42 at night. Good morning, Gia. You're from Malaysia. Okay. Good morning, Leslie. Good morning, Sackman. Some people are coming on here saying where they're at. If you could like my live, I'd really appreciate it. I've been doing these. I'm here every day at 10 a.m. Eastern. Um, I do online. I mean, I'm sharing stuff that I've learned and about using social media. Good morning, Robin. Good morning, Jay. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'm just I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. Good morning, Money Magic. Thank you for the rose, Sweet Maldas. I really appreciate that. If anybody else wants to like my live, whether you're on my TikTok account or my YouTube channel, I am live streaming in two places. I have software that lets me do that. And then what's cool about YouTube, good morning, Ann, you're from the Philippines. Thanks for, hey, Robin. Robin, I know you. It just clicked. Good morning. Um, the software lets me live stream in two places, and then what's cool about YouTube and the software, when I end this live stream, they automatically upload the recording of this to my channel, and it becomes a piece of content. You've seen your video about promoting Adidas. Okay, go back to that video. That video is all the information that's there. I tell you exactly how to go sign up and get a link. You may not get approved because they don't approve everyone. Um, why I don't do that is because they're only going to pay you 1 to 5%. And if you want to make an extra $500, you're going to have to get hundreds of sales a month to make $500. You're not going to get any training from them, any mentorship. You're not going to have a system, which you need to be successful here. You'll just be sending people to that page. And if the person doesn't buy in first touch, you won't be able to talk to them again. Thank you, Robin, for the gift. I really appreciate it. Um, um, yeah, if you want to go to 80% of companies in the world have affiliate programs. Adidas is one, Nike has one, Walmart, Target, Amazon, and they're looking for people to promote their products, and they're only going to pay you 1 to 5%. The company's going to make more on every sale than you are, and they're not going to do any work. You're sending people to just a page with information that you can't keep talking to them. Because people need to see something more than usually a couple times before they make a buying decision. So that's a quick way to set yourself up for failure. But the reason people are going crazy over that, because you can sign up for any of those affiliate programs for free. It's affiliate marketing. It's been around for decades. I've done affiliate marketing. I've done network marketing. I've done high ticket affiliate marketing. And now I'm doing digital marketing, and I was attracted to digital marketing because I make 100% profit. I average 900 a sale. So you're welcome. If I only get 12 sales, that's $10,800. That's worth it to me. I'm not going to promote these piddly little things for Adidas or Nike or Amazon or any of them. And it is affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing works. And I've done my share of affiliate marketing, and I had done high ticket affiliate marketing. And I got a sale that somebody came through my link, because if you join a affiliate program, they pay 10 to 40%. Somebody bought something through my link. It was $25,000. I made 27% of that, which is 6,200, which is great. I made that in a day. I woke up to that. That's more money than I made in a month when I was working a job. But over 18,000 went to the company, and he didn't do anything. He didn't, it's none of his effort. It was all of my effort that he made that. And when I started thinking about it, I have some of my own products that I make 100%. But having your own products, you have to create it. You have to do the customer service. With digital marketing, you don't have to create the product. You don't have to do customer service or any of that. And you buy the products, and you get 100% resale rights, and you can sell it over and over again. And that's why I'm picking digital marketing. And actually, the money comes direct to me. If you're doing any of those other business models, the money goes to the company, and then they pay you out according to their schedule. And some of them hold them for a long time. You may be waiting 30 or 60 days. They may have a minimum that they pay out. Like It could be you have to get to $100, and if you make $20, you're not going to see that till you get to 100. They pick a merchant account. I get to pick the merchant account. I use Stripe. I love Stripe because Stripe lets me withdraw up to $500 every single day, and literally it's in my bank account 15 minutes, which I love. So the company's not holding it, and I'm not sharing profits with the company. You're always going to have to pay a percentage of a merchant fee, whether you Stripe, PayPal, Square, or any of them. They take a percentage to handle the transaction. That's their to cover their costs, which is a lot less than most affiliate programs will pay you 20 to 40%. There's a few out there that might pay a little higher, but I don't think it's worth it. Good morning, Tina. I'd rather have 100%, and it comes all to me, which I love. So that's why I'm picking digital marketing. Yeah, so, and I've done all those and I've made money with them. And network marketing is the same. Actually, network marketing, you're just not sharing the profits with the company. The person that signs you makes a percent of what you make. So you're sharing with that business. And these are different business models. You're sharing the profit with two people. And there are people in this industry, they have their own products or services. There's a lot of people that do coaching. And I do have a couple of my own products that you make 100%. It all comes to you, but you've got to take, you got to create the product or do the service. You got to do the customer service and all that. And yeah, I mean, and I've done that too. But I'd rather, that's another plus for doing digital marketing. Good morning, Jamie. If you're jumping on, where are you coming in from? I'd love to know why you're on social media. If anybody has a question, drop in the comments. If you have something you're trying to figure out, I'd be glad to do a training on one of these. Somebody asked me to do one on social media marketing, which I did. I also did one on email marketing, because if you're using social media, it doesn't matter the reason. But if you're not using email marketing with that, if you're just sending people to a page that's got information on it and you can't capture the person's email address, because you want to get their email address, you want to get them on your email list so you can keep communicating with them. Your list is your asset. You own it, you control it. You don't own or control your social media accounts. You can lose them at any time. And I've lost 10 accounts on TikTok. I had one, I had over 200,000 followers. I lost 3 on Instagram. Somebody hacked my main account. They went shopping and ran ads and then deleted it. Instagram suspended the other 2 and did not rule in my favor. Thank you, Robin. I really appreciate that. Yeah, Robin came, you're number 5 in the fan club. I don't want to go up and look at that because I'll probably cut off this live. Good morning, Tori. If you're jumping on, where you're coming in from, I appreciate anybody that's liked or will like my live. I appreciate it. Whether you're on my YouTube channel or my TikTok account, I am live streaming in 2 places. Good morning, Janice. The technology, I do have software that allows me to do that. And what's cool about YouTube, when I'm done with this and I end the live, they'll upload the whole recording to my YouTube channel. TikTok only keeps the recordings for 30 days. Good morning, Anna. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Anybody has any questions, drop them in the comments if there's something I can help you with. And if I can't help you, I can do a training if it's something I've done. I don't think it's ethical to train or teach in something you haven't done. If I haven't done it, I probably can give you a resource. I know a lot of things. I know a lot of people. I don't know everything, but I can probably give you a resource if I can't help you. Good morning, Kayla King. Good morning, Mark. Where are you jumping in from? Good morning, Sky 888. I can't see. It looks like there's a picture there, but I can't see anything. So if you got questions, good morning, TJ. I've been doing this for over, actually it's going on 2 months. I started doing this in the middle of July. And I'm here every day, 10 a.m. Eastern. I usually stay on for an hour. I'll stay on longer if there were a lot of people asking questions and stuff. But it's so funny because now I've had a couple people today on TikTok that have commented, but most people, when they get on these, and there's really, there's no really accountability on these. You can be laying on your couch on your phone and jump on a live. You could be sitting on the toilet for all anybody knows. You can jump on and off. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to show your face. You don't have to do anything. And on TikTok shows me who's coming on. I can tell when somebody jumped off because then they jump back on. I can see them. I'm fine. Please don't call me mama. I find that offensive. My children call me that. You're not my child. And I know where you come from. That's it's a cultural thing, but I'm from the US. I find that offensive. You're not my child. Good morning, Lindita. I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly, so I apologize. Good morning, Bariatric Bond. Good morning, Fred. Good morning, Sean. If you're jumping on, where are you coming in from? I'd love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. I've been doing this for 14 years. I haven't worked a job in 9. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Kat. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media, or if somebody just want to tell me something cool you're doing this weekend. Good morning, Tammy. I'm a football and baseball fan, so I'm happy because my Eagles played Thursday night and won. My Phillies won yesterday, and they're playing again this afternoon, and they're in the hunt to win the World Series. They had to clinch the NL East again, which they did last year. Good morning, Bernie. Good morning, Kayla. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. Good morning, Ray. Anybody want to tell me something fun you're doing this weekend? Good morning, J-Boat. Good morning, Retire to Freedom. Good morning, Kurt. Good morning, IBK. I mean, there's a lot of people. If you're using social media for whatever the reason, there's over 5 billion people on social media that you can get exposure to. Doesn't matter what you're using. I have to assume you're using social media for something. Good morning, Tamara. Good morning, Tamara. Thanks for jumping on. Whatever you're using social media for, because there's over 5 billion people using it, and you can get exposure if you have a message, you got something, a cause you're supporting, you got an offline or offline business that you can get in front of all those 5 billion people and get exposure. But you have to learn how to use social media correctly. And there's a lot of people I see using social media, they're not using it correctly. There is a way you want to set up your profile, you want to optimize it. And for you people that you're not putting a name or picture, that's definitely, you're not optimizing it. And with all the fake accounts out there and the fraud and stuff, you want to learn how to set that up correctly so and you can attract people to you. You don't have to bug family or friends. You don't have to go private messaging people on, social media. Good morning, BJ. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Somebody is calling themselves. Well, there's a picture, but there's no name there, so I can't shout you out. I didn't think you could do that. Good morning, Broderick. Good morning, Elephant. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. So if anybody has, I committed to doing these. I've been doing these every day. Now it's going on 2 months. I'm here every day at 10 a.m. Eastern. Good morning, Laura. I think you were on and you jumped off, and people do that too. I'm here every day at 10 a.m. If you've got a question, you need help with something, because I'm getting close to the hour, and I did commit that I would do these for an hour every day. Drop it in the comments. Good morning, MSLS 1962. That probably has some meaning to you, but I'm not sure what that is. I am going to end this in a couple minutes. If you have a question, drop it now. You need some help with something, you can come back tomorrow and do it. I'd be happy to. Okay, Laura, if you come all the way up here to the top of my profile, you want to, and now TikTok's going to give me a warning. You want to go to the top of my profile, and yeah, TikTok is making me do all this stuff. You want to go to my profile, the link there, payudaily.com. That's my website. You want to click on that. It'll take you over to my page. You want to put your email address in. And then there's 2 videos. You want to watch both of them. You want to read the page. You'll get an email from me with the PDF. Tomorrow, do the same thing. Go to my website at the top, or go to payudaily.com. If you go to my profile right up here at the top, click on the link, put your email address in, watch both videos, read the page. You'll get an email from me, read that. There's a link in there with the free PDF. You can download and save it to your computer. If you've got questions, respond back to the email. But there's a couple of people on here asking what, and I'll say this again because I'm going to get off in like a minute or two. Come up to the top of my profile. In my profile, there's some writing, but there's a link. You want to click on that. That is my website, payudaily.com, or you can just go to a browser and put payudaily.com. Go over to it, put your email address in, watch the 2 videos, read the page. You'll get an email from me. Read that. There's a link in there with the free PDF. You click on the link, you can download and save it to your computer. That's free. That is the 2-hour blueprint we're following. And then if you've got any questions after you've all done that, you can just respond to the email and I will answer it. Well, if nobody else has any questions, I'm over an hour today. I committed to an hour. I will be here again tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time, so you can come back if you want. But I appreciate everybody jumping on. I appreciate people liking my video, my live and all that. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.